Thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. This is Women Empowerment Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Carmelle Bias. We are back in the studio once again on this new year, already 2024, y'all. Okay, time is moving fast. Yes, yes. And we are here in the studio today with our guest via StreamYard, all the way from Sacramento, California. Dr. Rick Warren, CEO of RW Media and community activist. Dr. Warren, how are you doing this morning?
Absolutely incredible. I'm just happy to be here and just excited, about a lot of stuff we have coming up. So it's great meeting you and hope, looking forward to seeing you when you get out here.
Yes, yes. Well, our audience doesn't know, but yes, Women in Business Expo Group will be down in Sacramento the weekend of February 23rd. We're going to be at the Black Business Expo down there at the Convention Center. So for those of you that are in the area or just want something to do for the weekend, come on out to the Black Business Expo there. Oh, we're going to have a good time, y'all. This is going to be awesome. And for those business owners that are out there, maybe looking for some networking time, just to connect, come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a great time out there. The weekend of February 23rd, Sacramento, California is where we're going to be, y'all. We're heading out. We're doing some great things. Yes, yes. Also, too, want to let you all know, March 9th, we are putting on our first leadership luncheon. And this is going to be amazing, y'all. As many of you know, we've been doing the work with our youth entrepreneurship program, and we are having our first ever leadership luncheon. And this is where we're inviting the community to come on out. We are going to have a great time. We're going to have a panel discussion there where we're going to be talking about, how do small business owners, increase visibility while transforming and inspiring the lives of our youth, in encouraging them to be better leaders of tomorrow. So this is going to be a great event. We've got a great panel there that's going to come on out and discuss. We're going to have lunch that day, which is going to be amazing lunch. That's going to be hosted by Royal Catering. Also, too, our keynote speaker for the afternoon is going to be the one and only Miss Deborah Horn from Cairo 7 News. She's going to come out and talk to us, about leadership and what that looks like, some strategies and everything. So again, that event is March 9th. It's a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Rainier Beach Community Center located at 8825 Rainier Avenue South here in Seattle, Washington. If you are interested in attending, want to purchase tickets, for your group, your organization, you can simply go to eventbrite.com. There you will find the event. Also, too, you can go to our website, www.wibeg.biz. Again, that website is www.wibeg.biz. There you will find tickets, and tickets right now are on sale. The early bird tickets, y'all, $35, and we wanted to make this reasonable for everyone to be able to attend, come out, receive the information, have a great time where there's going to be some networking, raffles, and we're just going to have a good time here on that day. So March 9th, again, our leadership luncheon, where Deborah Horn from Channel 7 Cairo News will be our keynote speaker. So y'all come out and enjoy the afternoon with us. Yes, yes. So why don't we go ahead now and jump into our interview again here with our guest that's here with us via StreamYard this afternoon, Dr. Rick Warren. Why don't you go ahead, Dr. Warren, and let our listeners know a little bit more about yourself?
Well, and I'm just excited about everything that we have coming up. And, actually it all stems back from years and years ago when we started the Black History Month Expo back in the early part of the 80s. We had already started the Stockton, California Black Sports Hall of Fame, the Los Angeles Black Sports Hall of Fame, we've the Bay Area Black Sports Hall of Fame to recognize the achievements of African American athletes. And we do all of this because it's so important that we select and promote our own heroes. If we allow other parts of the communities to select our heroes and tell us who is good within our community, it's always going to lead to some kind of downfall or disagreement. So what we like to do is in the Black community, let people know that we appreciate all the hard work that they're doing to promote the opportunities within our community and let people know who's doing what. So we've been doing we started with the Black History Month Expo. in the late 1880s, and its purpose is to drive information and resources into our community. I was at the time working for a black newspaper. My background is in the media, and so I started working in the black press, believe it or not, in 1975
Mm.
uh, with the San Francisco Sun Reporter. So, and then I've been in the black press ever since then. Even to this day, I have my own newspaper called Today's Times. So, and I put a special emphasis on that because it's important for us to know what opportunities exist. So, in the media, as you know, you see a lot of things that are important and could help our community from a lot of other resources, and other communities are getting information and access to information that we don't routinely get. So being in the media, I said, well, don't we start an event here in Sacramento that's going to be able to let people know what's going on, how they can get jobs, how they can get small business loans, how they can improve their housing and become homeowners for the very first time, and get these programs all out into our community. So that's how we started it. It all evolved from just getting access to information,
Yeah.
and that's the key and that's critical. And that's my background, from the media to the community to making sure we can connect the dots towards success. And so as we are continuing on our what I call our journey to justice, as we look for equity and parallel opportunities, this is what the Black Expo is all about, and what most of the events that I do are all about. Because as you know, I also do the Black Music Awards, and we have Black Music Awards chapters throughout the country where we're recognizing African American entertainers from those different regions. It's like the Black Grammy spread across the country. And we have the Los Angeles chapter, the Sacramento chapter, the San Francisco chapter, the Atlanta chapter is getting started. We have the Houston chapter, and the Detroit chapter. So, every year on a circuit like clockwork, we do these events. So, we do if you look at the Expo, the Black Music Awards, and the Black Sports Hall of Fame. This is what we do, and we produce the paper called Today's Time newspaper to bring everybody into the fold. What all to
Yes.
do. So
Yes.
I've been doing
Yeah.
for years.
You are definitely a busy man. You got a lot going on there. But these are the kind of guests it is that we bring to the show, y'all. So we definitely, want to thank you again for taking part in our show this afternoon here at Women Empowerment Talk Radio. Let our listeners know, Dr. Bourne, what's the inspiration behind your passion, when it comes to broadcasting and media? Like you mentioned, you've been doing this for a very long time, but what's the inspiration behind that?
Well, the inspiration for me is to make sure that we are educated equally, so that we have the same access everyone else has, right? And so that what they know, we know, and we need to know how to grow just like they want to know how to grow, and also to let people understand the power of the Black economic dollar. Our economics have long been the most powerful in the country here in terms of ethnic groups, right? And so we have great influence on what everyone else purchases. We have great activity, and we are the most brand loyal people right. I mean, if we've been using Crest toothpaste, if your mama used Crest, you use Crest. It goes on and on like that. We're
Yeah.
brand loyal people. So my inspiration is to make sure that we are adequately educated on opportunities that can build our community, and not only build it but sustain it so that it continues to grow and legacies continue to grow. That's why when we have Black History Month, our motto is dreams from the past inspire our future. And we
Yeah.
want to continue to do that as we work and celebrate the past. We keep an eye on the future and continue to be diligent in our efforts to bring up our young people so they can have opportunities and create new legacies. We want to create Black history every day.
Yeah.
Every day, somebody's doing something great that's going to be in the annals of Black history. So, and that's what we're all about.
Yes, yes. And that sounds great. And that's exactly what it is that we need, to drive our community is that strength when it comes to, Black owned business and the work it is that we put in as business owners. So definitely, again, we commend you, for the work it is that you've been doing for sure. Now, I know as we prepared for the interview today, I always like to, go through the bios and kind of do my research there. What types of sports did you play? I know you mentioned as far as being an athlete.
Well, I was one of the neighborhood athletes, right? So of course, but my big thing was track and field, and then of course everybody plays basketball. But my main two sports was track and field, and basketball, and so that's what I excelled in. I like to think I was great in it too. By the way, I
Yeah.
want everybody to know I was great. I was the baddest cat you ever seen back in the day.
Awesome, awesome. And sports, I believe, they play a big part when it comes to business. That's, building morals, values, characteristic, and so it's important, for us as business owners, to play a part when it does come to sports.
Well,
Can you
and it gives you discipline too, teamwork and discipline, right? And those are the two main aspects of any business that you're trying to develop is teamwork and discipline, right?
yeah.
And of course, and that's what sports is built upon as well. So, some of your best teams, athletes, they have great discipline and they understand the importance of teamwork. You can go it alone, but you won't know it alone. So you got to keep working together so you can inspire. And that's how you incorporate sports into, your all aspects of your life if you really think about
That's exactly it too. Y'all join some sports out there. Also, too,
it.
good
Absolutely.
exercise too. Yeah, keeps you healthy. Also, let our listeners know, Dr. Warren. What is the mission of RW Media, and also too, and I believe you may have mentioned this, but when was the company founded?
Well, we started actually RW Media in 1984, right? And since then, our mission is to utilize what we know in terms of the Black press to get the word out and to communicate with our community. We have to build bridges through communication. And you got to recall back in 1984, there was no internet and all this kind of stuff was going on. Everything was brand new. We had big giant cell phones back then. You couldn't even put them in your pocket. So you got to remember those times. So we had to really get out and get the hustle on to reach out to the community and find ways for us to communicate with one another, right? And so RW Media started out to make sure that we were able to have a radio and print media. That's when print was really popular, right? Everybody had to understand that there is probably very little print now, but back then it was print was popular. So we distributed newspapers and we were doing radio interviews like we're doing now, and everybody was just really trying to connect the dots. So why we started, and that's why we can this day.
Yes, yes. And definitely again, these are the marketing tools it is that we need to get the word out about our business, the work it is that we're doing in the community there and so on. So we definitely, want to support these organizations,
Exactly.
companies, that are putting the word out, y'all. This is how we get it out there. Why don't you let our listeners know? I mean, again, you are in this space of media, broadcasting, promotion of concerts, everything. What is your specialty, that key when it does come to marketing? And again, getting the word out. It sounds like definitely, newspaper, radio, broadcasting, you doing community events. What do you find that works best for you when it comes to marketing?
Well, it all begins and ends with writing. You have to have writing skills in order to do anything you want to do out there. And I tell people all the time, please learn how to write. Learn how to communicate on paper, on screen, however you're communicating, put it in writing. And if you're able to speak eloquently to people on paper, and even if they never meet you, they know you must have some intelligence in terms of what you're trying to convey through them, right? So my whole thing is just writing. I would say first that I'm a writer, right? And then from that, different things to spawn off because if you can write, you can do a lot of things.
Yes, yes. So another gym there, y'all, improve on your writing skills, and maybe if you can't write, if that's not your strength, maybe take a look at, getting into some creative writing classes. There's many community colleges out there that offer that service. So definitely, and that's an important key when it comes to, being a business owner, getting the word out when it comes to marketing and letting others know about the work it is that you are doing too. Yeah.
Absolutely, and yeah, you have to be able to write because everybody wants things on paper. I mean, technology has kind of changed a lot of that, but you have to be able to uh, uh, convey your message to people, and that begins with writing. Even when you're writing your script before your show, you're taking down notes, and if you're writing whatever you do, you have to be able to convey it in terms of having some at least some basic good writing skills.
Yeah.
And people, believe it or not, people really appreciate it when you're able to put it in writing.
hmm That's exactly it too. Let our listeners know too, because as I said, I've done my research, y'all, on Dr. Warren, and I know that you have promoted a number of different concerts, worked with many different artists. Let our listeners know when it comes to the concert in the music industry, which artist or concert, most inspired you? Which one is most memorable for you?
Well, we did the Black Music Awards in 1 year in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Black Music Awards, and we had three of the great legends. We had Frida Payne, we had George Clinton, and we had Mary Wilson. And we've come across, as you know, tons of great artists throughout the years, right? I mean, throughout the years of doing these events, in terms of everybody from it's just so many different artists, from hip hop to gospel to rap. So you're looking at over 1,000 different artists that we recognize and honor through the Black Music Association. But just hearing the comments and the education that we get from listening to George Clinton, listening to Mary Wilson and Frida Payne, they all talked about doing your diligence and staying focused on what you're trying to accomplish. And while you may go through some pitfalls and some different challenges, especially in the music industry, which is a very volatile type of industry, you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused and believe in yourself and believe in your mission. And I was very inspired, not to me, but everyone in the audience as well, not only myself, but it was something that I think we all were glad to hear from some veterans, some veterans in the game, in the industry that kind of know what they're talking about. And, because you could imagine how many people have tried to get in the music industry or who think they're in the music industry even to this day, but they're still on the outside looking in. They're trying to find a way to get in, and they're getting disappointments, and they're going through so many pitfalls and so forth. However, the word is to stay diligent, stay focused, and remember this is your mission that you're on. So you might as well and travel that road no matter what. And I think that's what inspired the entire audience that day, with all three of these great entertainers, legendary people, conveying the same message. It was incredible.
Yes. Wow. And definitely some amazing artists there it is that you have worked with already. Let me ask you this, Dr. Warren. When it comes to new artists, now it sounds like you've definitely worked with seasoned artists before, but when it comes to new artists, is that something it is that you may be looking for those inspiring artists that are out there and, just getting their feet wet? Is that something it is that you may be looking for here, maybe in the future or currently?
Well, well, absolutely. At the Black Music Awards, we honor the rising stars. We call them our rising stars, and we also have a category called the Verge Award. And so these are artists that are right on the verge of being the next big thing. And the rising stars, these are the young artists that are coming up, and they just need a little credential and support on the way up. So no, that's one of our main focus. We do workshops in every city. We do seminars. We do classes in terms of classes. We do classes in terms of how to create and market your own product. So our focus is making sure that young people have access to these great musical careers that they're aspiring to. So that is one of the big things that we do with the BMA, which is the Black Music Association, is really work with young people. So many artists that come back and host workshop for us, right? And they'll do a workshop and they'll do a seminar. They'll talk to them how to drum lessons, piano lessons, studio, how to work the board. All of these things happen at our chapters of the BMA.
Yes, yes. Okay, so for those of you that are out there, looking to get your feet wet there, this is the place that he is it. Okay. He is it, y'all. Dr. Rick Warren is the one it is that you want to connect with. Yes, yes. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. This is Women Empowerment Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Carmelle Bias. We are in the studio once again today with our guest via StreamYard, Dr. Rick Warren, CEO of RW Media. You all need to connect with him. Yes, because he's got a lot to offer the business community. Dr. Warren, why don't you go ahead, let our listeners know, what's the best way to contact you, to stay connected, and for those it is that may be interested in reaching out.
Oh, absolutely. You can just reach me out. You email me is the best way, which is very simple. I'm old school, so I still have Hotmail. I have rwmedia@hotmail.com, which is how to get in touch with us. Send us any kind of information, your links, the music links. You want to be a part of the Black History Month Expo. Keep in mind that we also do the Los Angeles Black Expo and we do the Stockton Black Expo. And we're going to be starting the San Diego Black Expo. So if you want any information on how you can participate in any of the expo type of events, please just send me, your business name and so forth. And the same if you're an entertainer, you want to get some exposure, be part of one of the BMA award ceremonies in either city. Hey, just give us a reach out through the RW Media at Hotmail, and we'll connect back with you. And you can always find us on Facebook at the BMA. You can check it in at Houston BMA, Los Angeles BMA, but we're everywhere with that information. And we love to work with rising stars. We call it the stars of today, tomorrow, and forever. And that's the BMA motto right there. So we're building wealth through entertainment. We're magnifying the glory and the greatness of our great community and all the great things that we bring as a culture to the world. And we want to make sure people know that we're help. And I'm going to do my little part in our organization, and we're going to continue to work and connect the dots. So these dots lead us as we continue on this journey to justice. We continue by doing it in a positive manner and opening the doors of opportunity so that equity is in balance.
Yes, and that's definitely it too. So for those of you again, that are out there that are interested, up and coming artists, whatever that looks like for you, go ahead and make that connection here with Dr. Rick Warren. Why don't you go ahead, Dr. Warren, let our listeners know, exactly. Now I know you and I have discussed the Black Business Expo that's coming up. And you've kind of given some history there on where that has come from. But let our listeners know kind of what to expect for that weekend. I mean, it sounds so inviting, very energetic, and also too inspiring. So what would they be looking at for those it is
Oh
that
my
are able
God,
to
you can
attend?
imagine. You can imagine going to an event where when you walk through the door, you're going to see over 200 exhibitors, and you're going to see corporate America with jobs, information, how to get business loans, how to get housing, people with resources that you could never believe. You're going to see a health fair where we're going to be doing testing and providing information how we can have better health within our community. And then you're going to see an education fair where we're going to have schools and colleges and enrolling people and giving out scholarships right there on site for our young people. And then you're going to see the African marketplace where you're going to see over 60 Black-owned businesses selling everything from retail to handmade items, just promoting the Black business and the things that really expound our culture. So it's an array of activities. We like to say the Black Expo has something for everyone. You can workshops, go to seminars, you can engage with people that you were looking to meet, but you never had a chance to meet them. They're going to be at the Black Expo. Your political leaders are all going to be at the Black Expo. Your decision makers for corporate dollars, they're going to be at the Black Expo. So you have to really attend this event, whether as a visitor or as an exhibitor, to share your ideas, to meet people, to network, to become community engaged, and build up your brand if you have a brand, so that it can share with everyone else. So it's an incredible, and don't forget, there's entertainment for we have concerts. We have fashion shows every hour. We have talent shows. We have the youth speak out where they get to talk about issues that are affecting young Black men and young Black boys and girls so that their future can be enhanced. So we know where they're coming from. And on top of all of that, this year we're celebrating the 60th anniversary of the signing of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. So we're going to be honoring people for their leadership and things that they've done to keep civil rights alive. And some of these people are going to be those who actually made the Civil Rights Act happen. So we're working, bringing some veterans, some legends of the civil rights movement, and some brand new, we call our young titans of the civil rights movement. So these are going to be incredible things happening at the Black Expo, February 23rd, 24th, 25th, downtown Sacramento in the convention center. And it's just going to be a great, great experience. So, and it's really good to be downtown because not a lot of Black events happen downtown enough in the convention centers across this country, on an annual basis. This is our 36th annual. And so we're there to make sure people know
Yes.
that we're in the
Wow,
biggest,
this sounds
baddest
like a
building in the
full
city.
Yes, this sounds like a full weekend here of a lot of interaction, engagement. I mean, learning opportunities, you name it, it's going to be here on February 23rd.
There's going to be
That's,
a party too.
yes, yes, this weekend. I'm excited. I can't wait for us to get down there and be able to partake in this upcoming event. Dr. Warren, when are you coming to Seattle?
I
We
said,
need
hey,
you.
we're on our way. We're right behind you. So whenever you give us a thumbs up, we're coming to your city. We'll work with you, and we'll push it on through.
Yes, yes. Oh, we need you here. We definitely need you here. Why don't you go ahead, Dr. Warren, let our listeners know, if for those it is that may not be able to make it this year, 2024, but interested in being a potential vendor, and what that looks like. When should they apply? When should they start looking? What does that timeline look like?
Yeah, every October we start taking registrations and sponsorships every October. So we go from October, and then right around we shut everything off right around the second week of February, because by then it's pretty much packed and sold out, and we got to do a lot of other planning and stuff. So anybody that wants to participate, you still have time now. But if you missed this one, you can always contact us. You can go to my website, rwmedia.online, and you can stay informed about all the different events that we do. Because we do a couple of Juneteenths, we do the Black Cowboys Parade, we do a lot of things here in Northern California that are really great events for the entire family. So you go to rwmedia.online and get all that information.
Yes, yes. I want to thank you once again, Dr. Rick Warren, for your time this afternoon. Amazing guest, y'all. Definitely connect with him. And I want to thank you, the listener, for tuning in. Rainier Avenue Radio World. This is Women Empowerment Talk Radio, and I'm your host, Carmelle Bias.